Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Friday, June 7th, 2024, pre-market report. Some big things going on here, especially with the BRICS nations, and I don't think it's going to surprise a single one of you that follow this blog as to what is happening now. Before we even get there, let's start off with what's about to happen. In just about 12 minutes from the time I am doing this, there's going to be another jobs report coming out, and of course, along with all of the other data, it's going to be fake. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2 times so far, has already told us the data is fraudulent. It's not real. So, I mean, I don't know how much you want to weigh this into your equation here, but the market right now is flat, waiting for this jobs report. Nothing going on here in the debt market. Stock futures relatively flat. It's all propaganda. You all know that. So I'll talk about it later during the live stream for 5 p.m. Eastern, but it's almost a waste of time here. We are being lied to. We are being propagandized. We're watching the system come apart by design. The people being, again, told where to look, how long to look in that spot. And, of course, it's just going to get even worse here. Now, let's before we talk about this whole issue with the BRICS nations, which is pretty big news, let's start off with this. So you all are well-versed and well aware as to what is going on here in the banking system. And I don't think there's a single person out here that has been trying to raise awareness with regard to what is going on, with regard to the smaller and regional institutions than the guy you're looking at right here. So we just found out that Moody's is now putting several other U.S. regional banks on downgrade review. All right. People, how do I say this to you another way that maybe you'll start to catch on? Get your cash out of these institutions. They're being deliberately consolidated, and we are going to see a wave of bank failures. Not yet. Again, it's being pushed off. Right now, this is the preliminary phase, I would say, as to what is coming. Now, I want you to pay attention to something here. This is the FDIC problem bank list. What do you notice? It doesn't even exist. We're not allowed to know which banks are on the problem bank list and are slated to fail. Let me read this to you. So, in American finance, the FDIC problem bank list is a confidential list created by the FDIC, which has banks which are in jeopardy of failing. Again, privileged information you're not allowed to know. Of course, other institutions are allowed to know. Now, the FDIC here, this list is closely monitored if problems are continuing, and banks will subsequently be added to this confidential list. Now, the FDIC, as you probably all know, what they do here, they take over the institutions, and then they decide what's going to happen with the assets of these institutions. Generally, what happens is these assets are sold for pennies on the dollar to the larger institutions. This is of course, the FDIC is complicit here in helping the larger institutions gain power. That's what's going on here. Imagine anyone's surprised, but look, you follow this blog, you are so far ahead of the curve. Again, we called this out before anybody else, and I'm talking about before anybody else. No loans, no deals, no deposits, and the bigger institutions are in a lot of trouble here, but they're out. They have an out, and that out is the FDIC helping them buy assets from these smaller institutions for pennies on the dollar. And it's just a consolidation of power, and you all know about that. Now, with regard to consolidation of power, I know that a lot of you out here, unfortunately, have been grossly misled by sadly, again, some of my fellow YouTubers here, trying to put out some kind of a dream scenario for you where the BRICS nations were going to back their currency with gold and we're going back to a gold standard. Well,